As you go through security at the airport, you're asked to reveal how much money you have on you. You take out your wallet. Anything over £500 is confiscated. And you can't use your credit cards overseas. Your investments restricted. You come across an interesting investment idea that involves buying a foreign share. You open up your online stockbroking account and search for it. Instead of the usual ticker code and information, all that appears is an error message. Sorry, but overseas shares are no longer available. A dividend super tax. You decide to review your investments and look through your latest pension and broker statements. To your dismay, you find that the dividend income you expected is much, much lower than usual. You notice a small note at the bottom of the statement. It says, dividend income is now subject to additional dividend control tax at 25%. Your pension downgraded. You're watching the 10 o'clock news when the newsreader calmly announces the Chancellor of the Exchequer's latest policy. It's a bombshell. In 3 months' time, all private pensions will be nationalised in the national interest, and the government will take control of all pension provision. In Europe right now, in Italy, Spain and Greece, wealth restrictions are already being implemented. These measures have already been discussed amongst Eurozone finance chiefs, limiting the size of withdrawals from cash machines, border checks, the suspensions of free travel between countries. There are draft plans to initiate these extreme measures under desperate circumstances. Considering the UK has one of the largest debt-to-GDP ratios on the planet, how long will it be before your money is seized by our cash-strapped government? Will it be when interest rates creep up 1%, 2%? It's impossible to predict exactly. Unfortunately, you cannot stop the government taking this course of action. Even worse, these measures will primarily be aimed at people exactly like you. People who have worked hard, saved their money, and paid their taxes. There may be resistance, even mass protests. But if things get bad enough, we think capital controls will be put in place once again. Remember how Britain got into this dangerous situation in the first place. The enormous cost of welfare started spiralling. We had to borrow hundreds of billions to service it. We had to pay interest on that borrowing. The debt has grown and grown. Soon the rates of interest could rocket. At that point, the government cannot function. And very soon we believe they will target you and your wealth to pay for everything. But that doesn't mean you have to just sit there and accept it. In a moment, we'll show you a special wealth preservation report that outlines investments you can make right now to help keep your money out of the government's grasp. How soon do you need to make them? That's up to you, of course, but ask yourself, do you want to risk making them too late, before the real crisis even hits, before the banks buckle and the stock market hits record lows? The government could have a stranglehold on your wealth. Our advice is simple. Don't let that happen. Let our research group show you precisely how to respond. Click on the link appearing below and let MoneyWeek show you some simple, practical ways to defend your wealth against these threats. We'll immediately send you an urgent